What's up, everybody? I hope you guys are all doing great. So, today I got a new video for you guys. I really don't know why the guns have mixed up yet again. I actually ordered them by by the order you actually get them at. So we will do that. We will go by the order in which you can actually use them and stuff. I don't know why it's done this. Um, but yeah, I hope you guys have been enjoying my videos and everything. I know I haven't been posting like every single day. I do try and do it, but YouTube videos do take a lot of time to obviously edit. The ideas of obviously making them and trying to make sure that they're published to good quality. It just takes time, and it's something where I'm putting loads of videos on TikTok and even Instagram at the moment. So yeah, it's a lot easier to do that. But regardless, you guys can obviously skip over this part and go to each gun bit and everything. Because obviously that's what some people are going to be here for. But let's do it. So submachine guns. I was going to do carbines, but I said submachine guns are probably a bit more important. Carbines are kind of like general. Whereas submachine guns is a big topic and everything because of how good they are. You are going to be seeing a lot of guns being king and A tier, of course. There's definitely one gun that I'm like, please just buff the gun a little bit or something. So yeah, you guys let me know down below, and just I would love some opinions and everything. So the SGX is probably the first gun that you get in the game. It's honestly a really great submachine gun for the fact that you get it at level 1, and leveling it up and everything, you can get some really good attachments on it that will make it such a beast of a gun that it just dominates close to mid-range. Long range with all submachine guns except for one, or probably two, is probably the thing where it's a lot of these submachine guns are so dominant close to mid-range. It's ridiculous. And when I say mid-range, I mean 15 to 20 meters out. They will sometimes outperform an assault rifle, a carbine, or an LMG. It just sometimes doesn't make sense, but it is what it is. So the SGX is king tier. I find it crazy, yes, but it is such a good gun. The damage, the fire rate, everything is so good on the gun. For the fact that it's a starter gun, it just dominates that well. It's a bit annoying, but it is what it is. It's definitely a great gun to use, and it's something where if you've got its like mastery 20 and everything and you're still missing a few attachments, there's probably a few attachments like the right grip or something that will allow you to really put this gun forward compared to some of the other guns in the the actual gun, submachine guns. Next is the MP5. The MP5 by far is king tier. It is such an accurate gun, and it is so nasty with its damage. And even though it doesn't have as high a fire rate compared to a lot of the other guns, the damage on the gun is so good that, and how accurate it is, that even using iron sights on the gun, it's just perfect. And it's something where I do wish you could use iron sights on a lot more of these guns, but this is one of the guns in particular that this gun probably has the best iron sights in the game, I think, by far. And the MP5 or the PW5A3 just does not. It dominates close, medium, and long range. Just that's how good it is at long range, that you can actually like tap fire a little bit with this MP5 and you'll be fine. Like, it's crazy how sometimes it just outperforms assault rifles, carbines, and even LMGs. The next gun you get is the PW7A2 or the MP7. I'm going to be putting this gun as buff, please. This gun has the lowest damage in all the submachine guns. It's a 16. It by far annoys me the most because it feels like, even though it has such a high fire rate, I think it's like 900 and something, it feels like you're literally hitting them with pebbles when you're shooting with this gun. And some people, obviously, you will kill them and everything if you're hitting them multiple times in the headshot or whatever. But obviously, a lot of the times you're going to be hitting the body. If you're hitting headshots, that's great. But anybody can hit headshots with other guns and kill them in 2-3 bullets. Whereas this gun probably as a headshot will take 4 to 5, which is really bad. In my opinion, the MP7, I just think needs a damage buff. I think if they could put the damage to at least a 20 compared to a 16, how the AK-205 is. I think that's the carbine. Um, it would probably perform way better. It'd probably be a beta or A tier because the gun is very accurate. The rate of fire is really, really good. So, the biggest issue is the damage. Maybe I haven't obviously upgraded the gun enough to get the right attachments for it. But in my opinion, I don't want to go through the struggle of trying to level this gun from level, I think I have it at like level 9 right now, to getting it to like level 25 to finally get like the right attachments, like a suppressor with a submachine gun is a must, just because of the fact that you're always kind of flanking unless you're using like the KV9 and that CW10. Like, it's just something where you're trying to use points elsewhere and stuff. But yeah, we'll get into that. So yeah, MP7 or PW782 definitely is definitely for me a buff, please. Like, it definitely needs a buff. And it's kind of crazy because a lot of the guns in the game are pretty good. Like, they're all pretty balanced, so it's a bit crazy. The next gun that you actually get after the MP7 is the UMG 40, or the UMP 45, I call it. I'm gonna be putting the UMP 45 as A tier. It's super, super accurate and everything, and the damage is decent, and the rate of fire is pretty slow. But it does do really good at medium to long range. I find it close range, you can do well with it. But medium to long range, it is such a laser that you can really, really kill a lot of people, and it's the reason why it's A tier. In king status, you really can lose to a lot of guns up close. Like, you'll lose easily to like KV9, SC10, the MP5, the SGX. A lot of these other guns that have a higher fire rate than the UMP or the UMG, it's where the UMG kind of suffers a bit, because it does still do good up close because of how accurate it is. But again, if you're not hitting at least above the head, above the neck, and getting those headshots in between the shots and stuff, yeah, you'll probably lose the gunfights just because of the damage and the rate of fire. Like, it's just, the rate of fire on the gun is probably the lowest, one of the lowest, I think, in the actual submachine gun area. So the next gun after that you get is the USG 90 or the P90. Honestly, an A tier. I have gotten the suppressor on this gun, and it's a lot better. Just because it does feel like with this gun that you are, again, peppering people and you're trying to kill them as fast as possible. You're trying to not go through the 50 round mag clip that you have. But the damage is still good as long as you're hitting your shots. And the rate of fire is great. It's just, again, I think you need to run a suppressor on the USG, because the minute you're shooting, the rate of fire goes so fast and everything that you kill one person, that next person you're trying to kill is already turning around because of the fact that you don't have a suppressor on your gun. And I think it actually goes for like all the guns. If you have a suppressor on your gun, you'll probably kill two people before the third person's like, okay, I need to see where these, bullets are coming from. Whereas, when you don't have a suppressor, it's over. Like, people, in my opinion, in every match I've played, I kill one person without a suppressor. The next person that was next to him will turn around and shoot at me. You know what I mean? It's crazy. But I will say this with the USG or the P90, the one big benefit you have with this gun is the fact that there's limited slots, so you don't actually have a foregrip on it. You can't change the magazine size, so you only use 5 points for that. And you can basically upgrade the laser to like a blue laser, 30 points, and make sure you have a suppressor and the barrel, and then that's it. Like, if you really, really wanted to, you could, I guess, do hollow point and all the other stuff, but it's probably not needed. And yeah, it's great. That's the one thing I do like about the P90, is the fact that you can actually have access to sorry, to using more points and everything. It's just great. Next gun is the KV9. That's the next gun you unlock. The KV9 is king tier. It does struggle, obviously, medium to long range. Medium range between 10 to 15 meters is great. Anything after that, you kind of, in my opinion, really struggle with the gun, just because of the fact that the fire rate's so good and you really, really need to tap fire. And by the time you hit them one time with a bullet from the KV9, they're gonna move. You know what I mean? They're just gonna move. Whereas some of the other guns, you can like top fire really fast and kill the person before they move. Where with the KV9 or the Vector, like it's so good at close to medium range. Up to 15 meters. It's a dominant gun. It's something where it's a bit ridiculous sometimes when you're facing people, and anytime you're in close range, you lose to it. You just lose to the KV9. Um, and it's a lot like with the M4A1. Like you'll lose to the M4A1 up close just because of how fast the damn fire rate on that gun is and the damage. So yeah. The SC10 that you unlock next is King tier. Oh, I forgot to say about the Vector or the KV9. The biggest loss for the gun is the fact that the magazine size is 17. And thank goodness that they did this, because in reality, if the Vector had the magazine size that you can do in Battlefield 2042, we would probably be fucked in terms of the fact that this gun would probably be the best gun in the game. Having a 50 to 60 round magazine, or even a 40 round magazine, like this gun would consistently shred, and they would have to nerf it or something, or increase the recoil, whatever. It's such a strong gun. It's ridiculous. The SC-10 is another gun. Stupid high damage. Literally can kill people in 2-3 bullets. It's insane. But the amount of bullets you get in the gun is like 15 or 16. I think you get a 17 round mag, which then you can get the 18 bullets because you have one in the chamber. And it's just like, oh, the gun is so good, but the magazine size is so bad. But I see why they did it, because it's such a strong gun. If you were able to put a 25 to 30 round mag at cheap cost for this gun, we'd all be in trouble. This gun would be insane. Again, it'll be like the KV9 where everyone's running this gun because it is so good. The damage on the gun is insane. I think it's 33 or something like that. And you literally hit like a truck, but having the magazine size be 30 or something like that is just like you don't need to worry. You could just run around and you're just popping people like it's nothing. It's really good, the fact that they actually put that magazine size cap, but the gun itself is a complete package. Close, medium, long range. I was putting the 1 to 5 variable sight on the gun. The gun still does so good. It's insane, and I'm just peppering people at 30 meters out, and I'm just murdering them. It's amazing. The SL9 is the last gun that you actually get in the game in terms of the submachine guns. And in my opinion, it's an A tier. Some people may disagree with me on this because they'll be like, no, the SL9 is so accurate. The recoil is like non-existent. The gun is just so good. You just haven't gotten the right attachments for it and everything. I can understand that, but it's accurate and all that other stuff. But if it's not killing, because that's the biggest issue for me with the SL9 that I've found, that I can sometimes pepper people and kill them, multiple people, and everything with the SL9. It's great, but I feel like sometimes up close you lose to a lot of these other submachine guns because the rate of fire is slow and the damage is just not there. Medium range, I am finding myself, even though I'm hitting my shots, you will lose to a lot of the other ARs, submachine guns, and even LMGs and carbines that are shooting back at you, because the SL9, in my opinion, it's so accurate, but the damage is, it just needs a little oomph with the damage, and then it'll be great. But that could just be my opinion. But I do think the SL9 is A tier, not King tier, just because of the damage. I think the damage overall, with how accurate it is and everything, it is awesome. But the amount of people that I've had it where I am hitting them, and the bullets are just feeling like I'm hitting them for like 15 points each shot or something like that. It's just taking so many bullets. But by the time I kill one person, again, the other person will turn around and kill me. If their awareness is there. But yeah, it's just something where, yeah, the SL9, in my opinion, is an A tier gun. I think for sure the accuracy, recoil, and all that stuff is, and medium to long range is amazing, and it can make it a King tier, but in my opinion, it's an A tier just because of damage and everything. But anyways, guys, let me know what you guys think. I will see you guys in the next video. And yeah, hopefully we'll do some more gameplay next time. So peace.